Section 32 of A General History of the Pirates. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. A General History of the Pirates by Charles Johnson. An abstract of the civil law and statute law now in force in relation to piracy. A pirate is hostis humanis generis, a common enemy, with whom neither faith nor oath is to be kept, according to Tully, and by the laws of nature princes and states are responsible for their neglect if they do not provide remedies for restraining these sorts of robberies. Although pirates are called common enemies, yet they are properly not to be termed so. He is only to be honoured with that name, says Cicero, who hath a commonwealth, a court, a treasury, consent and concord of citizens, and some way, if occasion be, of peace and league. But when they have reduced themselves into a government or state, as those of Algiers, Salé, Tripoli, Tunis, and the like, they then are allowed the solemnities of war and the rights of legation. If letters of marque be granted to a merchant, and he furnishes out a ship, with a captain and mariners, and they, instead of taking the goods or ships of that nation against whom their commission is awarded, take the ship and goods of a friend, this is piracy, and if the ship arrive in any part of his Majesty's dominions, it will be seized, and for ever lost to the owners, but they are no way liable to make satisfaction. If a ship is assaulted and taken by the pirates, for redemption of which the master becomes a slave to the captors, by the law marine the ship and lading are tacitly obliged for his redemption by a general contribution. But if it happen through his own folly, then no contribution is to be made. If subjects in enmity with the Crown of England are aboard an English pirate, in company with English, and a robbery is committed, and they are taken, it is felony in the English, but not in the stranger, for it was no piracy in them, but the depredation of an enemy, and they will be tried by a martial law. If piracy is committed by subjects in enmity with England, upon the British seas, it is properly only punishable by the Crown of England, who have istud regimen et dominum, exclusive of all other power. If piracy be committed on the ocean, and the pirates in the attempt be overcome, the captors may, without any solemnity of condemnation, hang them up at the main-yard. If they are brought to the next port, and the judge rejects the trial, or the captors cannot wait for the judge without peril or loss, justice may be done upon them by the captors. If merchandise be delivered to a master, to carry to one port, and he carries it to another, and sells and disposes of it, this is not felony. But if, after unlading it at the first port, he retakes it, it is piracy. If a pirate attack a ship, and the master, for redemption, gives his oath to pay a sum of money, though there be nothing taken, yet it is piracy by the law marine. If a ship is riding at anchor, and the mariners all ashore, and a pirate attack her and rob her, this is piracy. If a man commit piracy upon the subjects of any prince or republic, though in amity with us, and brings the goods into England, and sells them in a market overt, the same shall bind, and the owners are for ever excluded. If a pirate enters a port of this kingdom, and robs a ship at anchor there, it is not piracy, because not done super altum mare, but is robbery at common law, because infra corpus comitatus. A pardon of all felonies does not extend to piracy, but the same ought to be especially named. By 28 H. 8, murders and robberies committed upon the sea or in other places, where the admiral pretends jurisdiction, shall be inquired into, tried, heard, and determined in such places and counties within the realm as shall be limited by the King's commission, in like manner as if such offences were done at land, and such commissions, being under the Great Seal, shall be directed to the Lord Admiral, his lieutenant or deputy, and to 3 or 4 such others as the Lord Chancellor shall name. The said commissioners, or 3 of them, have power to inquire of such offences by 12 lawful men of the country, so limited in their commission as if such offences were done at land, within the same county. And every indictment so found and presented shall be good in law, and such order, progress, judgment, and execution shall be used, had, done, and made thereupon, as against offenders for murder and felony, done at land. Also the trial of such offences, if they be denied, shall be had by 12 men of the county, limited in the said commission as aforesaid, and no challenge shall be had for the 100. And such as shall be convict of such offences shall suffer death without benefit of clergy, and forfeit land and goods as in cases of felonies and murders done at land. This act shall not prejudice any person or persons urged by necessity for taking victuals, cables, ropes, anchors, or sails out of another ship that may spare them, so as they either pay ready money or money worth for them, or give a bill for the payment thereof, if on this side the Straits of Gibraltar, within 4 months, if beyond, within 12 months. When any such commission shall be sent to any place within the jurisdiction of the Cinque Ports, it shall be directed to the warden of the said ports, or his deputy, with 3 or 4 other persons, as the Lord Chancellor shall name, and the inquisition or trial of such offences there shall be made and had by the inhabitants of the said ports and members of the same. By 11 and 12 W. 3, Chapter 7. If any natural-born subjects or denizens of England commit piracy, or any act of hostility against His Majesty's subjects at sea, under colour of a commission or authority from any foreign prince or state, or person whatsoever, such offenders shall be adjudged pirates. If any commander or master of a ship, or seaman or mariner, give up his ship, etc., to pirates, or combine to yield up or run away with any ship, or lay violent hand on his commander, or endeavour to make a revolt in the ship, he shall be adjudged a pirate. All persons who after the 29th of September 1720 shall set forth any pirate, or be aiding and assisting to any such pirate, committing piracy on land or sea, or shall conceal such pirates, or receive any vessel or goods piratically taken, shall be adjudged accessory to such piracy, and suffer as principals. By 4G, Chapter 11, Section 7, all persons who have committed or shall commit any offences for which they ought to be adjudged pirates by the Act 11 and 12 W. 3, Chapter 7, may be tried for every such offence, in such manner as by the Act 28 H. 8, Chapter 15, is directed for the trial of pirates, and shall not have the benefit of clergy. Section 8. This Act shall not extend to persons convicted or attainted in Scotland. Section 9. This Act shall extend to His Majesty's dominions in America, and be taken as a public act. End of Section 32. Read by Sandra in Nova Scotia, 2024. End of A General History of the Pirates, Volume 1, by Charles Johnson.